Good morning. Wanted to spend a few minutes with you guys. This morning we're probably expecting some more storms, so we wanted to get out here and kind of do this because it's supposed to be rainy, and I think we're going to miss some of the storms this afternoon though, but it's up in the air. So we wanted to spray a little bit of the neem oil as well as some of your chewing insects. So for example, your caterpillars, and I use a couple different things, and so I wanted to kind of talk to you about them. This I got from the Rusted Garden, and it's just a cold press neem oil with azadirachtin in it. If you don't want to go online and get this, this is great. It's a 3-in-1 neem oil, and you can get it at your box stores. So like Lowe's or Home Depot or Walmart, you can pick this up. I think it's probably $7 or $8. I'm not exactly sure. I've had this one for a little bit. Any of these are good. So I'm going to be using this. I just got this in, so I'm pretty excited about it, the cold press. And all it is mixing 1 tablespoon of this with and I use a little bit larger of a sprayer. This is a gallon sprayer. You can get some smaller ones like what I have here. But I'll be using this for the neem oil, and I'll be using this to spray with the BT. By the way, the caterpillar stuff, make sure it always has with BT. And it's Bacillus thuringiensis, I believe is how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what it is. But that's what you want, and that's going to take care of your gypsy moths, your tent caterpillars, cabbage loopers, all those good things. So what we'll do is, this stuff is a little thicker than what I'm used to, but I just have we use a garden measuring cup here, and so you just want to measure out. This is a tablespoon here, so I use warm water in here as well. I find that it mixes better. So now you gotta remember you're mixing neem oil with water, and so oil and water don't traditionally mix. So how we're going to counteract this and to help that neem oil mix through the water and then hold is soap. And so we happen to have this particular brand. You can use any, and so always do less to start with, and if you need more you can add. So I'm going to do just short of a tablespoon and mix that in, and then you can look in there and see if the oil, that soap is going to help the oil mix with the water. Okay, so it's just kind of one of those things. I'm going to put this on, I'm going to give it a quick shake, and we'll see. We'll open it back up and we'll see how that is, how that's holding. By the way, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. And you want to make sure that it holds in that mixture, and that it mixes well and it stays mixed and diluted for at least a minute, and that's how you know it's going to stay. Plus, while you're spraying, you can give the sprayer a shake, and just to keep it, hopefully that I don't see too much suds on top, and I'll be able to tell. So it's kind of one of the things, you just eyeball it, but it looks like it mixed pretty well, so I'm happy with it. So we will go ahead and work with that. So before I start spraying and show you what to look for there, I'm going to mix up the caterpillar spray. I've already got these filled with water. Now I designate sprayers for this, so I don't use my neem oil in the same container as my BT caterpillar spray. So I guess if you wash it out, I don't think it really matters, but I have separate sprayers for all of that. So with this isn't quite a gallon, so I don't do a full tablespoon, but it's pretty much the same thing. So I will do just a little under it and mix it up. This you don't have to worry about diluting, although I'm sure there'll be a little bit of residue from the soap that's there, but that's okay. Same thing, give it a shake. And you are ready to go. So and it's pretty easy to notice if you have, oops, don't hit the button while you're spraying. Pretty easy to notice if you have a caterpillar problem. And I noticed earlier this morning that we had some on our young collards, and so you can see here that we've got some stuff eating our collards, and since the collards, the greens is what you eat, we'd like it to be a little prettier, so we're gonna go ahead and get those sprayed. And the way this works is it's a live agent that you're spraying on there, a live enzyme I believe, but it attaches itself, and when the caterpillar eats it, basically infects the caterpillar and eats the caterpillar from the inside out, for lack of a better phrase. Before you spray anything on your plants, you should test them. I know that all of these work on my plants, and I haven't had any plants die because of this. But if you've never done it before and you're not sure how liberal to be, or how you know how old the plants have to be to spray, do it. Have a test plant, or spray it. Wait 48 hours and see if you get any yellowing of the leaves, or that your plant is being affected by it, and then kind of gauge it from there. So anyways, I just kind of give a liberal spray on both sides of the leaves, and again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're again just hoping that those bugs, there's a caterpillar right there. So as you can see, we have one right here, and that is the cabbage looper, the green cabbage looper. So if you ever see the white moth flying around your garden, this is what he's doing. He is laying his babies. And look, oh my goodness, I just started noticing as I get closer, man, they're like camouflage. You can see them, they're all over it. So ordinarily I would just pick them off, but I have a lot to get done this morning, and this stuff will take care of it. So there's no need for me to sit here and fiddle. And to adjust my sprayer there. This one doesn't have a lot of damage, but it's one of those things that you're not going to hurt anything by spraying it. So don't worry if you when you go to treat, just treat everything. There is such a thing as being preventative. So okay, now I also will treat the Brussels. This is just more of a, I don't need to be specific. I don't really see any severe damage, but again, obviously with there being cabbage looper bugs in the garden and us finding them, it does not hurt to go ahead and spray. So this again is just more of a liberal spray, because I don't see damage, rather than me flipping. And a lot of damage, if you see it on holes, you're like, well, I see holes, Matt. Well, that's old. We did have a problem early on, and since taking care of it. The cabbage is heading, so I use this on any of your brassicas or cabbages or anything in that family. And again, this stuff is not going to harm you or your family, so you don't have to worry about putting this on and then eating it. We always wash our vegetables anyways, but this stuff is good all the way up through harvest day. So again, don't worry, it is fine. You will not hurt. You won't hurt the family. This has got some bites that we had noticed. This is fresh, so obviously something is going on here. And again, like you saw in those collars, I could spend all morning. There's one right there. Trying to find these guys, but man, they just camouflage themselves so well. It's almost impossible sometimes. And besides, they like to come out early morning or late night, and so a lot of times they're hiding. And then the other thing is too, you see them when they're big. You don't see them when they're small, because when they're small, they're like the size of a piece of rice or smaller, and they just blend in with the veins of the leaves so well that it's easy to miss them. So don't overly frustrate yourself with trying to locate them. That's what this stuff is for. If after spraying this on they bite a leaf that is infected, and you'll see them later because they'll turn black and they'll die. So that's kind of a quick little thing. I want to show you guys the neem oil. And then I will get to spraying everything. I'll probably have to mix up another batch. I love this sprayer. Oh, it's probably my favorite sprayer.
Oh, well, let me, excuse me.
There's Mama's coffee there.
Nothing like a little neem oil in your coffee.
Yeah, I want to show you guys. I'm trying to locate. We don't have a serious problem because I stayed on top of it. But there are. Oh, here we go. So this is what she's not going to be able to get close enough with the camera, I don't think. But you can see here. I don't know if you can see all the white, brown, kind of tannish color, and then green. These are all aphids. And
right there.
Yeah, and so the thing you guys have to remember is that if you know your plant has got aphids if you are seeing ants. If you see ants in your garden, the aphids and the ants, they kind of have like a relationship. So
symbiotic?
Yeah, it's like a symbiotic relationship. You gotta love. That's what I keep my wife around for. She helps me with
the big words.
With the big words, yeah. But you just want to spray them off. Okay, so this neem oil is not going to kill the aphids. Like, I want you guys to understand that this is not an insecticide.
It's just a deterrent.
They don't like the taste of it. So they're going to leave. You're spraying them off, right? So they don't like it. And so they don't come back. The ants,
I'm gonna come out the other side of you.
Sweet stuff. And so the ants bring the aphid eggs because they're sweet, and they basically feed off of it. So, anyways, this is just a nice liberal spray on both sides of the leaves here. And again, this sprayer has an adjustment on it, and I've got it right. So. But check your sprayer if you're going to use a sprayer or a bottle. Just make sure that it's not too hard of a spray. Again, as you can see, you can be pretty liberal. But the key is that you don't bruise the plant, the leaves, and damage them. So this plant was the main one that I saw stuff on. These potato leaves. Plants are a little more susceptible for some reason than others, and a lot of our problem is we've just had so much rain. It really makes it tough. I walk through a spider web. My wife normally gets those. Somehow I always avoid them. And she ends up hitting him. Well,
I'm just lucky, I guess.
I just took that one.
Well, happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Spiderweb to the face.
So, I don't really see a lot of aphid damage. I think we're good. I will quickly, liberally spray everything else, just kind of rough. But I wanted to show you guys real fast this morning how that works and what to look for. So thank you guys for checking in with us, and we will be back. Take care.